this video I will show you how to recreate this thumbnail. This is my version and this is the original from MagnatesMedia. Let's get started. So first we will start on the right side. Let's add this square for the Skype logo. To make it as similar as possible, I will reduce this opacity so we can line it up as the original. Select this rectangle tool again to add these rounded edges. Now let's add this mask. For this just click here to add mask and select polygon lasso tool. Now just click on the points where you want to cut and then complete the selection. With the mask selected, click Ctrl+I and we got rid of this part. Deselect our mask. Now select the brush tool and the black color. You can press X to change these two colors. And now let's also remove this part, it will be useful later. Now we can bring the opacity back and make it the right color, like this. Now let's add this white part. So I will reduce the opacity again and add white color fill. Enable clipping mask by holding down Alt and clicking on this line between. Invert the mask. And now with white brush, paint over the parts where we want it to be white. Like this. And now we will add this pink kind of shade. Make sure you have the color fill selected. Click effects and add inner glow. Select pink and reduce the size like this. Maybe a bit less opacity. Okay. And we don't want it here, so just duplicate the color fill and remove this effect. And now with the black, remove the new color fill from the parts where we want this pink shade, like this. And now the original is also a bit orange here, so we will also add this. Add hue and saturation. Select colorize and now find a nice orange color, like this. And then just invert the mask and paint over this part, like this. You can also decrease the lightness a bit to make it more stand out. Now it's time to add the logo. For this just download the Skype logo from Google. Let's put it here. And now choose this magic wand tool and select the white part. Click this to add mask. And now just position it like this. Let's also add drop shadow. So this is the comparison right now. Looks pretty similar. We could make the logo a bit darker. So let's do it like this. Nice, I like it. So now let's add the background. Add a solid color and make it red. Then it's time to add flames. Just find an image of the flames on Google and then position it how you want it. And also duplicate the layer a couple of times so we will have more of them later. Change the blend mode to linear dodge. Then add mask and just remove the part that you don't need, like this. And then just add more and more until you like the results. Once you're done, select the last flames layer and then shift click the first one, Ctrl+G to group them, and then Alt and drag to duplicate the whole group. Then click Ctrl+T and flip it with this button. So now we can easily have just a little bit more flames. Then for the new group, add another mask and correct anything that's not right, like this. That's pretty good. Now let's add curves layer and decrease this point. Invert the mask and now we will paint some dark parts here to make it more dynamic. And also make it small, and then just do this. Trust me, it will look great at the end. Now drag this feather a bit up, like this, and now it looks like amber. Let's also add some sparks. Get them from Google and then just choose linear dodge. I will also flip them like this, and I will also put them over the logo. And then just another one for good measure. Now let's add the school. You can just get one from Google, click remove background, put it right here. I will just group this, what we have done, to make it easier to compare. Okay. Now we need to make it a bit more orange and dark. So first let's add curves, keeping mask, and then hue and saturation to make it more orange, and keeping mask. Let's also add flames. Remove the skull at this lower part. Okay, that's our first half of the thumbnail. We did a great job. And now let's get to our second half. So just add a zoom logo. I found exactly the same one, but let's just position it like this. And we also need to change the color a bit, but that's not a problem. Let's add hue and saturation layer, increase the saturation and the hue a bit, and now it's almost the same. Let's also add curves, because you can see that here it's a bit brighter and at the edge it's darker, so that's what we're going to do now. Like this, invert the mask, and also reduce the flow, and let's just paint here. It's very subtle, but now if I remove it you can see the difference. Let's also add the dark parts. Same thing as before. To change the brush shape, hold down Alt and right click on the mouse, and up and down is the hardness, left and right is size. So just to make it easier for you, like this. Now let's add the crown. Just get one from Google, remove the mask, and now position it where it needs to be, like this. But now we need to remove this part, so just select the mask and make sure to bring the flow back. Now let's add this part back, like this, and let's also add solid color and black. Invert the mask and let's just paint here. Also reduce the flow, and where it's more distant there should be bigger and softer shadow, and where it's closer it should be smaller and sharper. Now let's add some saturation to the crown, add vibrance layer, and then just max out both of these. I will just name this left and right, just so we can see. And now let's add a banknote, remove the background, and then just position it. I will add one here and then duplicate it to here, make it bigger. Now let's group these notes and add some curves layer to make them sharper, just a slight S curve, and another one for the shading, so we can add some shadow here and a little bit here, and as well on this side. Let's also add the pile of money, remove the background and then put it here. I will duplicate it. Now let's group them and make them a lot more saturated. So just add vibrance layer and max it out, duplicate it one more time. Now one more thing, let's add green color fill, because in the middle it's more yellow and at the edge it's more green, so that's what we're gonna do. Select color, blend mode, invert the mask, and then just with the full flow paint around the middle part like this. And another thing, curves layer to make it darker, and just duplicate the same mask like this, and then reduce the opacity of the green layer. And now for the background, just find a photo of a safe. I have this one, and then I will try to get this money in the background here on the left, and then I will just duplicate it and flip it so I get this money on the other side as well, and then just select the right part and add mask, so we have the money on both sides. And then I will add another safe for the roof and add mask, and now add hue and saturation layer, colorize, make it green, and then another solid color, green, invert the mask. And now let's add this kind of shine, and we also need to make this smoother, so just with soft brush I will paint over here, and that's it. That's our left part. It's time to add the paper. Just find the paper texture on Google. I will also add some curves to make this sharper, and now just add mask to the paper, and with a black brush tool add the mask. And now you can also see that in the original there is some color on the sides, so let's add this as well. Just add a solid color, put it over, invert the mask, and now let's paint just subtly like this, and choose the color mode, or maybe normal is better, but then reduce the opacity a bit like this. And then also the blue part is the same process. And one last thing, we will add outer glow to the paper. Choose black and increase the size so we get this nice shadow like this. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you learned something new, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.